They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball to go right over their head.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. They go right back to ETN. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. From the 37. Connection made. Travis Etienne. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. This one goes for 3 yards. And that's a Cardinals 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Benson on 1st and 10. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
From the 44 here on 2nd down. This throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 31-yard play, and it'll be 1st down, Arizona.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Murray here on 1st down. Flushed out of the pocket. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Hand off to Benson from the gun. And he gets this forward to the 19. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Murray to throw here on 3rd. Chased out to his right. That's caught for the 1st. And this is down all the way to the 3. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
About to begin the 2nd here. The Cardinals definitely thinking points. ETN can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Ball still at the 3 as they get set for 2nd and goal. Now an inside give to Benson. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. He gets 2 on that run. That brings up 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult fourth down decision.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, third and goal. ETN. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. 3 straight runs, stop short of the end zone. And now what do they do on fourth and goal?
Well, this defense has risen to the occasion. And now, Kate, they put this offense in the unenviable position of deciding what to do on fourth and goal.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a fourth to try to reach that end zone. They snap it to Murray. And this is caught. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals take a second quarter lead. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on fourth and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On the give, it's Lloyd. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Zaven Collins in on the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Again, a run with Lloyd. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Handoff here to Lloyd. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Here he goes on the bootleg. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that leaves him with 3rd and short.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
A give right side. Here's Lloyd. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Fourth down. Here's Love. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Able to get it to Benson. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
They give on second to Benson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Going to the ground again on first. And he carries it for a big gain that gets him down into the red zone. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Lloyd. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Here's 2nd and 11. Pass him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Let's go.
They'll go from the gun with Lloyd. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. We're to the 2-minute warning from Lambeau. The Packers pushing for points. Less than a yard needed here on 4th.
Ready.
Trying to push this past the marker. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That's a clutch 7-yard pickup, and it pays off the call to go for it on 4th down. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Love looking to pass. He gets it complete. Here's Marshawn Lloyd. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. A pickup there of 39. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
I can guarantee you that's going to be in Tell the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Here we go.
Lloyd running dead ahead. Juke the defender. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers get a late score and tie it before the half. Marshawn Lloyd with the touchdown. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. On the return, here's Jones. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. They've got first down from the 31. Throwing here, Murray. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money, a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
Benson's got it.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Flushed out now to his left. Now he's going to throw back deep to the middle. This is caught inside the 15. The Cardinals deciding to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Arizona goes ahead and calls its second timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Operating from the gun, here's Murray. Escapes out to the left. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Into a crowd and, intercepted. Entering Cooper takes it away. And the Packers get the football back with minimal time to go in our half.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Throwing it just before halftime. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Return starts at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. That pass is complete to McBride. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating third and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up. The Cardinals out for the punt. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. That's played at the 43. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. 45 yards on the punt there. And the Packers will take over possession. Running right is Lloyd. And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Cardinals side of the field. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
To the ground with Lloyd. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Quickly looking left, and it's complete. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
They go with Lloyd here. Punches it in. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers push their lead further to start the half. Marshawn Lloyd with the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
That one splits the uprights. And the Packers grow their lead to 8. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. He's going to field this at the 2. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And off to Benson to start the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I'll tell you what, Kate, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run. That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Benson now from the gun. He finds space for a few yards that time. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop. With him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And this one doesn't go far. Offense in the hurry up here. He'll throw it. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Buys time, rolling right. This reeled in by Betson. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Room inside the 10. And he did not get in. Finally stopped at the 1. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal. Etienne is in for the Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
He's throwing for it. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Packers take over on his 5th interception of the season. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Nixon now to return it. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Love. Short pass brought in. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Sean Murphy-Bunting ranging over for that stop.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
Let's go.
Throwing his Love on 3rd. He's on the move. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2.
Ready.
Trying the inside handoff to Lloyd. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs. 1st down, ball at the 36. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards. I'll tell you what that deflection right there, Kate, tells me. defense was following and reading the quarterback's eyes. Knew exactly where that throw was going. And it takes a little bit of intuition, a little bit of feel. He's able to get his hands on it and knock it out of bounds.
Murray on third down. On the move, headed right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And that's a Cardinals first down. The give now to Benson. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Murray. Rolling left, buying some time. And he runs out of bounds a yard or two behind the line. Couldn't get all the way back. That's going to count as a sack.
You know, Kate, that's one of those situations where the game just, I think, speeds up on the QB a little bit. He doesn't flip it out of bounds before he goes out. It's going to end up as a sack on the stat sheet for the defense, and they earned it with effort, chasing him all the way to the sidelines.
We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Cardinals ball, and they could use a score. They come into the 4th trailing. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Murray to throw. Getting out to his left. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30.
Ready up.
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Set. 70 range. 70 range. 19 tight. 19 tight. Get up.
Love from the gun. Able to find Lloyd here. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Set. Set, go.
From the 34. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Here we go. Here we go. Bungalow 18. Ready.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Really fired that one, but they couldn't connect.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important 3rd and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Love to throw again. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Cardinals will take over as he records his first interception of our season. The 4th down call ends in a defensive highlight as he picks up the throw and gets his guys off the field.
You know, one way or another, it looked like they were going to get off the field that time, but it's so much sweeter as a defense to run off that field holding the ball. So many defensive coaches in this league preach it. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Not only the energy you create on your side, But that little seed of doubt you put in the quarterback's mind the next time he goes out to throw it.
And he's short of the first after a mile gain. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
From the 30 on second down. Forced out to his right. He can run it. Pick up a few as he heads out of bounds.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that first down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, denies the first down.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Throwing now from the gun. They did it! He made the interception! And the Packers have some new life in the 4th. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Play fake, it's Love. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. Buda Baker picks it off. And the Cardinals have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, kid. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys in bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away. You know, that's a high degree of difficulty throw. Not a lot get tougher than that one. But now, fortunately, Kate, he aired it closer to the sideline, and it goes harmlessly out of bounds.
Escapes the pocket. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals parlay the interception into points. Trey Benson, the touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
That one right down the middle. And the Cardinals grow their lead to 8. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Panther 11, go!
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the press for moving the chains that time.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Come on, set! Ready?
Love out of the shotgun. That's reeled in by Jaden Reed. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st and 10, here's Love. Has it at the 7. It's a Green Bay touchdown. Well, no doubt about it, Brock. That was a route they worked on in practice, and it manifested in a touchdown with the downs counted here.
And no doubt about it, Kate, you grew up watching and celebrating Jerry Rice running that exact route, didn't you?
Yes, sir. You know it. You know it.
He was so good at it. Every receiver could do it some of the time, but Jerry and the best of them, they do it all the time, just like that one right there.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Cougar 19. Set go.
All or nothing. They'll run it. And he gets into the end zone. This one all tied up here in the 4th quarter. But we all knew extra point was doing nobody any good there. Got to go for 2 in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the 2nd half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? Do you know who Steven is?
That's a good question. No, go ahead. Go ahead, though. You take it.
I don't know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive. Hey, maybe in the end this return just gets lost in the shuffle when we recap things, Kate. But you surrender a lead in the 4th quarter and you feel that momentum being lost. That's exactly what excellent special teams do. They turn it around. It's why that 3rd phase is coached and coached and coached, because you never know when your opportunity may arise. What a great return to begin this drive.
Hits him on the out route. And this one does not go far.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. Hand off to Benson from the gun. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
A split second, all to keep the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Benson once more. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Flush down now to his left. He tucks it and takes off. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Trying it right side with Etienne. And he works it down to the 30-yard line. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Cardinals going for the win here. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Etienne again. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the 1st down.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Now an inside give to Benson. And they take him down, but he's able to get this inside the red zone. The Packers take their first time out, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front seven.
They give on second to Benson. And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it, second. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on third down. To throw. Able to get it to Benson. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll run, ETN. And he's brought down for a loss. Timeout taken by the Packers, their third and final one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. They go right back to ETN. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Just 2 yards there on second and goal, and still a ways to go now on third.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical third down call.
And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. Now out comes the second-year kicker in one of the biggest spots of his young career. It's just a 26-yarder down the middle. The kick is good. He got it. And he hits one more time to win them this game. So the Cardinals get to fly home as winners on the road. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal and